let's get into it, man. We've gone back and forth. We've given our analysis on the game and what needs to happen in order for teams to win and what have you. But the bottom line is it's a very important game for both of these teams. If the Rams start 0-3, that's not a hole that you want to climb out of, and they would have to find a way to somehow probably beat Chicago and Green Bay, and that's not going to be easy when you're as banged up as the Rams are before they go into a bye week. And if the 49ers lose, they're now 0-2 in the NFC, 0-1 in the NFC West. Somehow, some way, they gave life to a Rams team that had no business winning. And if the Rams get healthy towards the end of the season, now they got a chance to go 2-0 against you and either steal the division or give the division to Seattle or something. But it's going to be very hard for the 49ers to bounce back from 1-2 with 2 NFC losses if they want to try to get the number 1 seed. So very, very important game. Skinny T, we'll start with you. What is your score prediction? Who wins and how do they get it done?
Whether it's fantasy football or higher lowers, Underdog has got you covered. Link is in the description. Promo code LSS to get your deposit match 50% up to $1,000 and your 1 free pick. Underdog, make picks, win money. Shout out to Underdog for being a great sponsor.
I'm going 23-20 Niners. I think that they're just healthy enough. I think that their trenches are just healthy enough to where they can kind of push this Rams team around a bit. I think Bosa will have a decent game against Alaric Jackson, who's coming back from his suspension. He'll be in his first game. Not an ideal position you want to be in. So I think that ultimately the Rams or the 49ers pass rush is going to get it done against Stafford. You know, they're going to get a couple of sacks and put them under pressure. And I think I just haven't seen it from the Rams. I haven't seen it from the Rams running game that they can get that going and keep it sustained over the length of an entire game. I don't have enough trust in Sean McVay to call those plays throughout this entire game. So 3-point win, cover the spread. 49ers a 6.5 point road favorite, which is incredible. So
I'm surprised that it's still that high after losing. Potentially, it sounds like Kittle and Travarius Ward are out, and that line came out before then. So that is a bit surprising that it hasn't changed. But there you go.
Yeah, I guess I'm up. So, well, I hope Jesse, you pick. Hopefully, you pick the Niners because I think every time the opposite happens, whatever you pick. But we'll get to that in a second.
Single time.
There's part of me, gentlemen, that like this feels like one of those. I don't want to call it. It's definitely not a trap game. I mean, these are division rivals. They know what they are. These coaches know each other so well. But based on the way the season has gone, and I know the Niners are injured, but I think the Rams have been kind of left for dead and seen as like as we talked about, is this a rebuild year now? Should they throw the towel in? Like no one, it's 6.5 point, home dog and whatever. Like, is this something like that? So part of me is like, is it so much that they're just somehow shocked the world with all these guys that haven't played and haven't done this? But as a true someone that analyzes the game and watches football, I can in any conscience actually do that. Like there's just hasn't been enough that I've seen from this Rams team that proves they can beat a good opponent, let alone a division rival Niners that have had their name ever since the McVay-Shanahan kind of rivalry began between these two teams. So, it pains me to say Rams fans are going to skewer me, but I think unfortunately this one isn't as close as even maybe the line would hold. I'm going to go 31-17 Niners.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're making me rethink things.
Hopefully I'll give out some juju and I'll just be completely wrong. And I'm fine with that. I can't wait to talk about it on our show next week that I was totally wrong. The Rams won. It'd be great.
Wow.
Maybe we'll if that happens.
You're kind of making me rethink things because yesterday my prediction was 27-17 49ers, but that was before Kittle and Ward were out. Now I do expect the Niners win because again, the Rams are somehow even more beat up than the 49ers. So even if Kittle and Ward are out, the 49ers should still win this game, but I was like, you know what? 27-17 is a bit rich if you're going to take 2 more guys out that are major contributors. So I was going to go something like, bring some points down at least for the 49ers and go something like 24-17. But then you just upped the ante and said, I see you're 27 and I raise you to 31. So you know what? I'm not scared. I'll just stick with it. 27-17. That was the prediction yesterday. I don't know who plays, who doesn't for sure. So 27-17 is the score prediction. And I just think ultimately, I do think that it is going to be a close game until about midway through the third quarter. But eventually, the 49ers will just start to pull away. They're still the more talented team. They are the healthier team. And I think that they just get it done. And, it's the one really odd spot for the Rams. It's like, finally, you're at home. You get to sleep in your own bed and work from your facility and not have to travel. But the 49ers fans are going to take over the stadium and you're not technically home, even though you're in your building. So it is a unique situation. And truth be told, guys, I'm 7-0 in the Shanahan era when I attend games. So why not make it 8-0?